Okay, so I'm going to at least record a little bit of setup, and if I feel like I need to, I will grind off camera, but I need to at least get some important stuff.
I boo this game.
Like this.
I need to, like, we don't have much a time left.
You got an Ultra Hammer.
We don't have much like time left with the recording sessions this will have. I need to have one of those I boo this game being like Spanish or something. But now that I've acknowledged it, you're expecting it. Damn it. Because I still boo this game. Boo.
Also, I was able to practice the Miss Mouse thing. It is easy to do. I was just fucking up the timing like an idiot, so. You mastered the Ultra Hammer. Using the Ultra Hammer, you can even break blocks made out of stuff like this. Aw, yeah. I love it. This is kind of sad. This is the last time I'll get to see you, Mario. Definitely save Princess Peach, okay? And be careful on your quest, okay?
What about Double Dash?
Good, she still runs off crying. Okay.
Oh, Double Dash came out
Before this. To explain the mouse thing, what I was fucking up on was my distance. If you hit Miss Mouse once, you back off, hit her again, back off. You see, she skips around. It's just, I need proper spacing. Once, again. That does it. This is a whirl, though, because you basically cannot interact with anything. It freezes time.
Well, you say it freezes time, but they're still technically doing their idle animation.
Yes, but this I'm stuck on this screen.
Yes.
That's what this does. I can't advance. I'm stuck. The loading zones don't work. When you do this, you get stuck on the screen you're on. To a fun, ludicrous
I was going to say,
degree.
wow, but it doesn't even do the...
Yeah. To undo it, you just advance the text box.
The flow of time will now resume.
Yes. Yes, it will. Now, the reason that trick can be useful, enemies don't interact with you if you do that. I got so distracted, I forgot what we were doing. Oh, I'm going back. I learned how to do it, and it really isn't that hard. And I was like, what was I doing wrong? I must have been doing something wrong.
Okay, now you've proven that, show the other thing. The thing you checked all for a
No.
recording, which makes me very ingy.
No, we're gonna go see if the rat's back. He usually pops up about now.
Unless they moved him to later in this version, because they're gonna be a dick about it. I hope he's there.
Hey, bud.
No, he should give...
Oh, it's me, Lumpy. Don't you remember? Went to dry desert to drill for oil. Ring a bell?
I thought you were investing in crypto.
I did it! I drove the struck oil! There were times that I was covered in dust, weak and ready to give up, but never lost sight of the dream. One day I finally seized it. You believed in me, you sure did. Okay. Want to return the lawn with a little more to show it. Yeah, please take it.
Yes, no.
He did that in the original GameCube.
Because that would basically max out your money in the original GameCube, except they added a fourth digit, so it's now 9,999.
This is some different stuff. They added some extra stuff with him, but yeah.
Because he never told you the story about...
I don't believe he ever did, or if he did, it was so obvious. You know, I completely forgot about it.
And literally never talked to him again.
I wish they had bumped him up to give you 4 nines worth of coins.
Okay, because it, like, that extra digit is a massive increase because it's 9,999. I feel like if they were going to...
No, the thing Curzon wanted
They could have maybe increased it so that he gives you 2,000 or 3,000. Maybe gives you around half or so.
Oh, wait, damn it. Wait, exit. No, wait.
That's what you want.
No! No. I was being dumb. I had full items, and I'm like, wait a minute, it's a shop. I can store stuff. No! Right, shop, but I don't... Leave. I don't need the leaf. I might hold on to that in case I really want to, but...
I guess store one of the boo sheets at that point, or the super mushroom.
Super can go. I know what you're talking about, and I tested this off recording. This does work. And this is worth showing. And then we'll do some other stuff, and then figure out about the grinding and everything. I just had to go back and forth because I learned the Miss Mouse timing. It really isn't that hard. I just wasn't spaced properly. You hit her once, walk off, hit her again, and then if you get it where she kind of freezes.
No, can you just...
I'm doing the thing. Basically, they left some Japanese recipes, but not like all of them.
Though I wonder which
Thunderbolt, Thunder Rage.
Though I wonder which ones they kept because...
We will figure that out later. Okay. Just skip. Who cares? Sorry to keep you waiting. Take it. Trial stew. Amazing food yields incredible results. The game is a fucking troll because what that does...
The game, it's half lying to you there. That item drops you to 1 HP, except if I remember correctly, it...
Made by mixing a couple's cake with a poison mushroom.
Huh, funny.
That's the... They didn't even... Not even going to acknowledge what I just did.
Because that was a Japanese...
That was a Japanese-only thing.
Because to get a couple's cake and poison mushroom in the original US version, it was stupid because you had to make a bunch... Like, you had to buy a bunch of shit and then point swap things with other things to get those items and then put them together. The Japanese version had that Thunder Rage and... a Thunderstorm. It just makes the one thing where, like I said, I believe it fully refills your star power, but it drops you to 1 hit point. But dropping to 1 hit point is good if you're doing, you know, danger / peril Mario strats, because if you're at 1 hit point, you'll be in peril, meaning all the Mega Rush and stuff will activate.
The 1 Mega Rush will activate, and that's a... God damn it.
I can't remember. Are there any other ways to get other Mega Rush?
I don't think...
If there are, it's one of those...
It would be a drop from some random enemy?
Stupid low in the pit.
Or just some random enemy somewhere.
Mega
Rush is 5 attack.
I think you can get more, but it's...
Mega Rush is 5 attack, but in peril, the Mega Rush still stacks with the Power Rush. Yeah. So that's 5, and if you have 1 Power Rush, that's 7 additional attack for just being at 1.
Yes. Hence why the, you know, Trial Stew is...
There you are. Okay. Why before... This is why the basic things I wanted to do was at least some important setup before some other stuff. If you do his travel, he gives you the card for the parlor that gives you more prizes. And this is how you get extra Power Rush, which does work on GameCube, but in this game, all the badges... Green's also over here. It's like really hard to find this thing. You can hear it on... There it is.
Is it always right there?
On GameCube, it's not, like, up
Yeah, I
here.
was gonna say, I swear they moved its location.
Yes, they did.
Assholes, why?
To make this more challenging.
So they really were trying to nerf Danger Mario then. Though I feel like at that point, if you wanted to nerf Danger Mario, why didn't you just make it so that the player can't put themselves in permanent 5 HP? That would have been the simplest solution.
You know what? While something's on my mind... I'm gonna get the Shine Sprite that's hidden in here. And then we can just pop up where we need to be. There's a Shine Sprite up there. But you have to do the jump. But you can't get it until you have the jumping ability. And this pipe is now dripping water to make this a little bit more obvious, because that wasn't a GameCube thing. And you come down the roof, and then there's a Shine Sprite. Oh, damn it.
Wow.
It's not that hard, it's just fucking mess because the depth perception's...
Well, you cut that out.
There's no...
Though, because you can see the pipe going into the ground, well, it's a bit awkward because of the connecting point on GameCube. You just try to line up with...
Good. Just do this.
But I do like
That's right.
As much as I am petty about the various flaws of the game for the sake of comedy, I will, admit I do like a bunch of the small little quality of life things people don't really think about, like, oh, making some of the, like, super jump pipes more obvious,
yeah.
or having better signposting on other things, because that's one of those moments where it's like, this isn't difficulty, this is just annoying, because, like, there's no challenge here, it's just you hit the pipe or you don't.
Yeah.
So that's why I said the game keeping track of, like, a lot more shit, like how much stuff you can store, how many items you have on you, the points from, like, buying shit at shops and so on, and so forth. I'm like, those aren't actually good quality of life enhancements.
There are great...
Also, the having 15 items at the start, though there's something later in the game that actually makes me hate that choice.
We'll get there. The 15 items is good, but the later thing is dumb. But overall, basically... Okay. With that card, I can get the things. We'll explain everything in a minute, but let me on. Remember this card. You can now play the tube game. On. Yeah. Okay. Let me look at my winnings, and then we'll adjust from here. So, yeah, cake mix. They boosted the see, they're 100 now. They were like 34. So it's 100. And the thing is, you can convert regular coins into money, but if the conversion is like it is on GameCube, then the extra prices are going to be even more obnoxious, and that would mean
50 for 150 coins, so...
What?
150 coins will get you 50 of the Pianza tokens.
Okay. So they changed the exchange rate a little bit.
Because things have to cost more now, so...
Yeah, I'll buy the one. So, what they... on GameCube, I'm trying to remember the exact numbers, because it was...
I think it was around 50...
No, wait, I remember the crazy thing. It was 30 coins for 10. And it took about... It was 30 coins for 10, but because they were... 30... They were like 34 Piantas, and it was 30 coins for 10 Piantas. So it took about 120 to get one of the Power Rushes. So, in this, the conversion... Basically, it's... nearly double?
Yeah, it's like 300 coins now for one of them.
Yes.
They still have the 30 for
10, yeah. They just added...
They just added one extra.
They added one extra.
So I think those are still... They're all the same, they just
added the one extra, yeah. It was this.
Because you now have far more... Like, you can hold far more money. So they didn't change that much.
You can hold far more money, so they just did a bigger conversion.
Yeah.
But they changed the price. If they had left the prices alone, that 154.50 would have been fine, because I would have been able to barely afford. I'm going to save again. Maybe play the tube game. Get some extra?
Well, the only thing is, because of modern gambling laws and shit, which that's the reason they changed the slot machine in certain regions, it's like, well, you technically can't get money out of it.
If you win the high slots, and I might attempt that, you get 50.
I've seen some people say that those are easier.
They're easier to time, and I might take a couple of attempts at that. Sitting here, even with cutting...
Because it's technically not a slot machine.
It's just a timing thing, but we'll play the tube game.
Because due to certain modern laws, a digital slot machine is still technically considered simulated gambling. Even if the like money and shit you're putting in is entirely in-game.
Okay.
So that's why a bunch of games that used to have like slot machines have Has Sonic had a casino theme zone in years? I don't think so.
I've never liked the mini games because you pay 10. Yeah, because if I went over there, I could have got slightly more.
Though I thought it was the tube mini game. I thought it was the tube mini game that they're like, because they reward based on your clear time, that some people actually recommend to not try to pick up any of the Piantas like in.
You have to beat it in under a minute. And I got the 15. And then they add up your time. Okay, that's actually not that bad, honestly. I went from 50 to 75. So that's not that bad. But
so as I was saying, I seem to remember because
hold on.
The time based on like when you win, people.
I might save again, see if I can do it faster, see how that averages, and then try the dumb wheels.
Because I seem to remember people recommending, like, don't try to actually pick up any of the Piantas on the course unless you get the 2 red ones that are both worth 10. The peons on the course are only worth 1. You will spend
more time
trying to pick them up as opposed to just getting a faster time.
Time to get slightly more points. It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, in the remake specifically, what is your go-to strategy for grinding piantas? Because a lot of people were basically cheating the slot machine, because you can technically learn to time it somewhat easily, but I personally still don't like doing that, because even with a lot of tutorials, I was unable to time the slot machine consistently enough to basically always get a good payout, even though everyone acts like that's super easy. And I will talk about that in a different part. But in this part specifically, I just thought I would ask, what is your go-to way for grinding piantas? Because I also think the tube game is fine enough, since you need extra piantas in the remake, since everything is more expensive. And that's why I thought this question and this topic would be really interesting to ask, since most people were trying to get the timing down to cheat the slot machines. But anyway, I'm starting to ramble. You can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.